June 2006, 17, variant 11. Question 1. Gas X has the following properties: colorless, has no effect on either blue or litmus or red litmus. It means it's neutral gas. Okay, it's neutral. Means ammonia is wrong because it's basic. Chlorine is wrong because it's bleaches. No effect on lime water means not carbon dioxide. Is flammable. Now only two options. Most of the students think oxygen is flammable. It's wrong. Is oxygen helps in burning, but it it's not flammable. Otherwise, oxygen is in air, so the whole air. And so, because no effect on litmus, so ammonia and chlorine are wrong. Chlorine bleaches, ammonia is basic. No effect on it's flammable means it cannot be oxygen because oxygen helps in burning, but it is not flammable. C is the answer. A gas is evolved during reaction. Which two processes would enable the rate of reaction to be measured? You don't need pipette for rate of reaction. You don't need thermometer for rate of reaction. Yes, stopwatch and gas range for gas is given out. You don't need pipette, so D is wrong. 3. Which statement about pure hexane is correct? So if a compound is pure, it has fixed melting point, boiling point, freezing point. So it melts at a fixed temperature. Okay. 4. So what's new about all these things? Because minus means 10 electron. This one 10 electron. So first we find the number of electron. 11 plus means 10 electron. So they all contain more electrons than protons. No, it's wrong because 9 proton, 10 electron. They all contain more neutrons than proton. So no, 20 minus 10 is 10 electron, 10 neutron. That's also wrong. They all contain the same number of electrons. Yes. 10, 10, 10. 5. An aqueous solution of zinc chloride is about test for iron. This question is about test for ions. Regenerated to zinc chloride means is basically this test is for zinc ion. So you don't add barium nitrate for zinc ion. For aqueous ammonia, zinc is always zinc gives white precipitate which is soluble. Yes, that's the test. Okay, it's wrong because zinc is always soluble in excess. So B is the answer. How many molecules shown contain only one covalent bond? Oxygen has 2. Nitrogen has triple covalent bond. So this wrong, this wrong. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Chlorine, chlorine, single covalent bond. Hydrogen, hydrogen, single covalent bond. HCl, single covalent bond. Okay. So B is the answer. 3. Which substance has giant covalent structure? Very simple. Uh, if you only read till here, you will say diamond, graphite, sand, all three are giant covalent. More, which contains atoms of more than one element, than D, was SiO2. This is also giant, this is also giant, this is also giant. But they have same atoms. More than one element, silicon dioxide has two elements, silicon and oxygen. Which statement correctly explains why chlorine at 40 degree diffuses more slowly than neon at 20 degree? It means it's heavier at high temperature, it should diffuse faster, but it's diffusing slower. It diffuses then slowly. It means it has high relative molecular mass, because greater the mass, slower the diffusion rate of diffusion. Okay, so chlorine has mass greater. Yes, that's the reason. While the neon has mass less. So the less mass is diffusing faster, even at low temperature. It means it is uh, at low temperature it is diffusing faster. It means it is lower mass. Usually at low temperature, things diffuses slowly, but it's diffusing faster means it has lower mass. So A is the answer. Okay. Next, number 9. Metal is very simple. Question about metal. The movement of particle, which part is responsible for the conductivity? Obviously, electrons, because metals have free mobile electrons. Okay, due to which it conducts electricity. Okay, which substance, when molten, conduct electricity? Metals, ionic compound. So, which one is metal? No one metal here. This is ionic compound, group 1 and group 7. Cesium is in group 1. 11. A compound contains 70% by mass of carbon, oh, sorry, by mass of iron, and 30% by mass of oxygen. Now, so it's very simple question. I think one of the simplest question. Iron, oxygen. 70 divided by 56, its relative atomic mass. Answer is 1.25. Oxygen 30 divided by 16, 1.875. Which step 2? Which one is the smallest? 1.25 divided by 1.251. 1.875 divided by 1.25, it's 1.5. So if you get 1 here, 1.5 here, then 1.5 you don't round off. You have to convert into whole number, so you multiply by 2. So iron 2 and O 1.5 multiplied by 2 is 3. Fe2O3 is B. Okay. 12 is about again mole and what is the value of X here? That's the question. This X is actually mole. It means you have to find mole of water present in 1 mole of this. Before we find mole of water, let's plan, how do we solve this question? We have to find mass of water. We are not given mass, we are given just percentage. If this part is 36.5, then this part should be 63.5, right? So if we know how much mass is 63.5 percent, we know the mass of 36.5. How? Let's do here. Copper atomic mass 64 plus 2 into 14 plus 48. It's like 188. So 188 is gram, if I convert into gram, is equal to how many percent? 63.5%. So 36.5% is how much mass? You cross multiply, you will get 108 approximately. So gram. So convert into mole, 108 mass upon mr. Mass upon mr is 6. It means C is the answer. Okay, first we find, because to find the x means we have to find mole. X is mole of water. To find mole we need mass. How do we know mass of water? We know only percentage. So we know the mass of this thing, and this will be 100 minus 36.5. That is equal to 63.5. So 63.5 percentage has this mass. How much? 188 gram. If we assume the whole compound is 1 mole. Okay. Dilute sulfuric acid is electrolyzed. Very frequently asked question. 13. So whenever electrolysis question comes, we should write all the ions. Aqueous means water. H plus from sulfuric acid, sulfate minus. So H plus goes to the cathode. So there is no other ion. Sulfate is never discharged. Okay. So the first point is correct. Acha. And OH ion releases. So what's the equation of OH ion? Oxygen is produced. Okay. 13 is then important. What about 3? Sulfur dioxide is not released. Acid becomes more concentrated. So yes, because more OH ion is charged, and H plus and OH ion are basically discharged from water. So the acid, more water. You know the overall equation of this. You should know the overall equation is this. So more water actually produced hydrogen and oxygen. Like hydrogen, water is being removed. So that's also correct. Okay, think about this way also. 1, 2, and 4. Again, electrolysis. Whenever electrolysis question, what you have to do first, write the ions. Because aqueous H plus OH minus. Calcium iodide. Because H, there are two positive charge. H plus will be discharged because preferentially because it's lower than calcium in the reactivity series. Calcium is here, H plus is here. So at negative electrode, you will see hydrogen. So A is wrong, C is wrong. Calcium will not be discharged. And you know the halide ion is concentrated. So the halide ion discharged. Iodide discharge is forming iodine. So B is the answer, not oxygen. for concentrated, not oxygen. Which ion does not discharge? Okay. 15 is about extraction of aluminium. Okay. So what is the equation? What are the equation that you memorize? Aluminum 3 plus 3 electron aluminum at cathode, and this is the equation at anode. Then we multiply the equations. So anode is wrong, anode, this is wrong. Aluminum does not go to the anode. Yes, that's correct. 16. Okay, you see the forward reaction. For the reverse reaction, it will be like this. Now it is product, it is reactant. The product will become, I'm writing this product. Product will become here, and the reactant will become, product will become reactant, and the reactant will become product. This is endo, so the equation will be like this. So activation energy is always endo, positive. A and B are wrong. Activation energy is always positive. But delta H is exothermic. So what's the answer, doctor? Oh, no, which is okay. Number 17. The formation of liquid water and hydrogen from oxygen may occur in three stages. This question is also about energetics. Okay. Hydrogen plus oxygen. This is bond breaking. This is endo. This is bond making, exo bond making. Why first one is endo breaking, bond breaking. 3 is also exothermic because gas to liquid. Okay, condensation, energy is being released because gas has more energy, can move freely, but liquid cannot move so freely as gas. So liquid has less energy. So 2, 3 is correct. Okay. Again, energetics question. Achha, whenever there is a bowl, I told you to just to circle it. Achha, addition. What would increase the yield? Decrease, sorry. Decrease का मतलब है equation should shift. Decrease means shift backward. Addition of more oxygen. If you add more oxygen is wrong. Equilibrium shift forward. Increase in pressure. Equilibrium shift forward to less moles. Less number of mole is here. Two moles. And in reactant 2 plus 1. Increase in temperature, yes, because forward is exo, reverse is endo. Increase in temperature, equilibrium shift towards endo. C is the answer. Okay, 19 is about rate of reaction. Okay, very frequently asked question. Gas is given out. So gas is given out means mass decreases, right? So mass decreases, A, B, wrong. Mass cannot be zero. D is the answer because this is not zero mass. Okay, question 20th. At the start of a reaction, a 1 dm cube solution contains 0.3 mole of ethanol. After 100 seconds, the concentration decreases. Okay, 2.96 rate of reaction. Okay, rate. What is rate? Rate means change in concentration upon time. Change means zero point 0.3 mole in 1 dm cube means zero point 0.3 mole per dm cube. Same thing. Concentration. This is also concentration. Zero point 0.3 minus 0.296 divided by 100. So you will get answer like minus 3 divided by 2 is equal to 4 into 10 minus 5, which is C. Okay, sulfuric acid 21 is very easy. So you question 21 is about the uses of sulfuric acid. It's not used as bleach, it's not used as food preservation, yes, in the manufacture of detergent and fertilizer. Now, question 22. Question 22 is about acid base. So, you know, there's a rule stronger acid, lower pH. So, pH increases and stronger base, greater pH. So, fortunately, A is the correct answer. Yes, low pH, strong acid, then weak acid, then weak base, then strong base. Okay, for instance, like pH 1, weak acid like pH 3, weak base like pH 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 23. Uh, okay, element is given and proton number is given. Which element is which statement is given? Q is a metal. Atomic number 9 is fluorine. Groups fluorine is not metal, non-metal. Group 17, group 7. Q is more reactive than T. Why is T? Let me tell which element is there first. 11 sodium, chlorine. T is chlorine and 19 means potassium. Okay. Q is more reactive than T. Yes. Fluorine is more reactive than chlorine. Yes. The higher in the reactivity series, the halogen higher in the reactivity series, that will be the more reactive. In group 1 is opposite, lower in the reactivity, lower in the periodic table in the groups. In group 1, lower the metal, higher is the reactivity. And in group 7, higher in the group, the more reactive will it be. 24. Question number 24 is about periodic table. W is like this group 1, this is group 3, this is group 0 or group 8. combines which row about the element WXY is correct? W combines with oxygen in the ratio 2 3. Group 1, no. Group 1 makes oxygen Na2O, 2 is to 1. So W cannot make. Okay. A and B wrong. Okay. X is a single atom as it's chemically unreactive. Y. So D is the answer. Y is noble gas, unreactive as and monoatomic gas. Single atom means monoatomic, and noble gases are monoatomic. They are noble gases. Monoatomic consist of one atom only. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. Okay, so Y is D is the answer. 25. Okay, 25 question was wrong and it was cancelled by CIE because look at the examiner report. So question 25 was discarded. So this is the examiner report C11 June 2017 11 question C. So why discarded? Because the question had two options. The correct option. Okay. Now let's see why. Because lead sulfate insoluble can be made by reacting dilute sulfuric acid with which substance? Okay. So because lead sulfate in your syllabus you are taught uh, lead sulfate insoluble salt are prepared by two soluble solution sulfuric acid and lead nitrate. A is also correct. Then why they discarded? Because it's also possible by another method. Okay, even lead oxide and sulfuric acid, if you heat, it will form lead sulfate. And some students may think that lead carbonate also can react with the sulfuric acid and form lead sulfate. Yes. Okay. Which pair gives two uses? Which why this question is cancelled by CIE. More than one option is correct. Which pair gives two uses of argon? It's very easy. Not disinfecting water, not disinfecting water not in balloon, in light bulb, and in the manufacture of steel. Okay, with this very simple question of the blast furnace, which substances are removed from the bottom of the blast furnace? Coke, never, iron, yes, and slag, yes, 1 and 4. Which row has the correct catalyst name? Process, contact process, you have vanadium 5 oxide. Fortunately, A is the correct answer. Haber process, you have iron, hydrogenation of alkene, you have nickel, photosynthesis. This is wrong. So A is the answer. 29. Which type of reaction occurs in the extraction of each of these metals from their ore? Look, each of these ores. So all is because it's reactive metal, less reactive metal, and iron also moderately reactive metals, but all the metals are extracted by reduction. All metals are extracted by reduction. Why? because the metal has positive charge in the compound. It has positive charge, and if it accepts electron, then it will become neutral. So gain of electron is called reduction. 30. After the collapse of a river bridge, a new car was immersed in the river water for several months. When it was recovered, the parts of the car made of steel and alloy of iron were found to be corroded. The parts made of aluminum were not corroded. So, because aluminum has a coating of aluminum oxide, which prevents aluminum from further reaction from corrosion, A is the answer. So it's very simple and it's repeated many times. A farmer spread ammonium nitrates about non-metal. I think this question, yeah. So which fertilizer? A nitrogen fertilizer. The next day he spread calcium hydroxide. You know, OH and ammonium react together and form ammonia gas. So the loss of nitrogen. Which statement is correct? So this always remember. Calcium ion is with ammonium. No, C is the answer. Hydrox, that's the reaction I told you when any ammonium salt reacts with alkali. Okay, 32 is about very simple question, basics of pollution chapter. Uh, Carbon dioxide and methane both contain carbon, yes. So C and D wrong because it says not. So carbon dioxide also contain carbon, methane also. So both are described as greenhouse gas. Yes, it means B is the answer. Both lower the pH. No, both are neutral. Okay, so B is the answer. 33. Okay. Which pollutants are produced by internal combustion engine? Carbon monoxide, yes. Nitrogen oxides, yes. Sulfur dioxide, also present in the fossil fuel. So all are produced by internal. Pollution chapter 34. Now it's Ester. So you know when alcohol reacts with carboxylic acid plus alcohol from ester. Ester name first we name alkyl. So alcohol name as like it will be like this. I draw it. It's not necessary, but I draw it here. 3 carbon alcohol, 1 carbon carboxylic acid. That's the ester. We name this compound. Sorry, propyl methanoate. Alcohol group we call it alkyl, and the carboxylic group we call alkanoate. Alkanoate. So propyl methanoate is C. 35 examiners then that question was little challenging. This is the monomer. It means one carbon should contain chlorine and bromine. The another should have methyl and hydrogen. Chlorine, bromine is the answer. Monomer. Okay. Why B is wrong? Okay. B, methyl and chlorine is there. Where in the polymer methyl and hydrogen is there. Why C is wrong? Bromine, chlorine on the same carbon, here the different carbon, right? Why D is wrong? Why is D wrong? Because methyl and bromine given while methyl and hydrogen in the question. 36 is double XY is an either unbranched alkane or unbranched alkene. Which two compounds undergo addition reaction with bromine? Okay, this is unsaturated. This is saturated. This is unsaturated. This is saturated. Unsaturated. Unsaturated react easily with addition reaction with bromine. A is the answer. W and Y. 1 mole of each alkane undergoes complete combustion, which alkane will produce 7 moles of products. Okay, I'm doing one by one, but you have to do it. But because the scarcity of time, I know that, and but I'll tell you the tricks. How we'll do, like you can take one by one because I know this question. So 3 to the 6, 3 moles and 4 moles. Why I know this is wrong? Why is wrong? Because methane will give 1 carbon dioxide and 2 water. It will give 2 carbon and obviously 3 water because the hydrogen is 6. 2 plus 3, 5. That's why I did it wrong. So C is the answer. 3 plus 4, 7 moles of product. Why D is wrong? Because it will form 4 carbon, 5 hydrogen. So 4 plus 5, 9. Okay, so C is the answer. 38. We studied about macromolecule is correct. It's very simple question. I think straightforward. Nylon and terine are polyester wrong. Nylon is polyamide. Proteins and nylon have the same monomer is wrong. C is the answer. Proteins have the same amide linkage as nylon. And why D is wrong? Pterylene and fats are ester but with different linkages. Wrong. Same linkages. So 39, an organic compound in the molecular formula C4H8O2 is like CnH2nO2. This is for carboxylic acid also and ester also for both of them. Okay, so what is the structure of A? 4 carbon. 4 carbon and turns damn blue litmus red means acid. Acid. This is ester. This is ester. This is ester. D is the answer because this is acid. 40th last. Which polymer contains only 3 different elements? So if you know about only 3 different elements. Okay. So you know about starch, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Propene, carbon, hydrogen. This one, carbon, hydrogen. And in protein, there is a possibility of more than 3. Okay. It depends which protein, which monomers does it have. So starch is the answer. Okay.